Welcome back to the show. My name is True. Welcome to Greenroom Radio. We are definitely the dopest podcast in Las Vegas. I am here today with our guest host again, Mr. Will Roundtree.
Mr. Full-Time CEO. Appreciate the invite again.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Absolutely.
We got Lil Rache
Welcome. Thank
in
you.
the house, and then we'll let Lil Rache introduce our very special guest today.
And we got Mr. Billy Womack up in the house.
Wow.
Welcome.
So that's what it is. So Woe is short for Womack?
No, it's just Womack, but everybody calls me Billy Woe.
Okay.
Billy Woe.
Billy Woe. Back
Yeah, I
in
saw
Florida,
that.
I was like,
Mr. Blockchain.
You ever had somebody say,
Mr.
"Whoa, Billy"?
No. When I walk in, I used to own clubs in Florida, but when I would walk in, they were like, Billy Woe, Billy Woe. Even the DJs, even the DJs, yeah, they'd scream my name. So it's
That's
kind
what's
of.
up.
Are you from Florida?
I am. Yeah, I was born in Bradenton, right outside of Tampa.
Why do people always say Florida, man?
Where?
Like Florida's so crazy.
Florida's crazy. There's a lot of shit
They
going
said
on.
it could be like a whole nother country.
It kinda is.
It's just different. Even when COVID broke out,
Oh, there's no rules.
they were still just going.
Yeah, it was
they,
no
they
rules.
go.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so true.
and they just out there. They're in, like you said. There's the rules are the rules in Florida. They just go with it.
For real.
Kind of
How long you been out here in Vegas for?
5.5 years.
5.5. And you came straight from Florida?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Florida. My mother remarried. I went to Arkansas, played college basketball, Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Okay.
Full ride scholarship. Played with Derek Fisher from the Lakers, Corliss Williamson from the Pistons. Did that. Ended up going to top secret clearance Air Force. Played for the Air Force. After the military, I worked with the F-117 stealth bombers. Any military friends?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Back then, it was the most classified plane in the world, so that was pretty cool.
I
So
know there's a lot of. Were you stationed out here in Vegas?
I was stationed at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico.
Okay.
So the fight that's coming up April 12th, everybody tune
Yeah.
in.
In Miami? I'll be out there.
Albuquerque.
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 In,
Rashad Evans and Rampage
oh, okay.
Jackson.
No, in May? Or
No,
April?
April
April.
12th. Not this weekend, next weekend. 2 weeks from now.
So they're having one in Miami too, though, aren't they?
No, that was the one I was putting on there. We had it.
Oh,
we had it moved over to Albuquerque because they gave us a lot more space and different reasons.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I was stationed 3.5 hours south of Albuquerque there, back in a long time ago.
Hey,
4 years ago.
One thing I was excited about Albuquerque. You think Mr. John Jones is going to show up probably?
Yeah, Rashad just got out there. I think yesterday. A lot of those guys train out there because of the altitude. and
Yeah,
everything.
he lives. Yeah,
Yeah.
John Jones lives in Albuquerque, so I'm
It's
like,
a beautiful area.
He's got to go. What else are you going to do out
Better
there?
to train out there because of altitude?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
The
higher
endurance.
elevation,
yeah. They do.
so
Some
you have
more-
to build up your endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Makes
first
sense.
time I went to Albuquerque, that was one of the first times I saw a buffalo.
Oh,
They actually roam
wait,
out
I've
there.
actually never seen a buffalo in person. Oh my gosh, I'm from Maryland, so that makes sense.
That would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
You've seen some good lobster though. You've
Yeah.
seen some big side lobster.
Yeah, for sure. All that, all the crabs.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on now.
Blue
all
crab.
that.
Yeah.
Deer every day.
Deer, definitely
Deer in the headlight.
Michigan. What part of Florida were you from?
Tampa.
Tampa.
Scampa. We call them Trampa. No, I'm
So,
just kidding.
Tampa.
so currently you're doing the blockchain, right?
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
do
it's
that
one of-
back in Florida?
I started doing it in Florida. So when I got out of the Air Force, I took my first job at 24. In the military, we don't make much money in military people.
Yeah.
So I think I was making like $240 every 2 weeks.
What was your MOS?
I worked with supply F-117s. Yeah.
Security forces.
Oh, nice. Air Force?
Yep.
Woo, woo.
Pararescue.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for your service. And everybody listening, thank you for your service. I think the vets don't get nearly as much attention
They
as,
sure don't.
as they should. So hats off to you guys.
Yes.
And so then after the military, I took my very first job in corporate America. By my first year there, I made like 115,000. Went from making 12,000 to 115.
Okay, right.
Got recruited to be a sports marketing guy. So they said you're great at sales, you got a little bit of money, and you played ball, so you know some guys in the NBA because I played with several of the guys that dunked with me. You know, we played ball, and then
Could you dunk?
oh yeah, I was dunking in 10th grade. You seen White Man Can't Jump?
He's tall too.
No, I know.
Yeah. But I was dunking in 10th grade. I was dunking in games by 11th and 12th grade. Yeah.
You think you could still dunk now?
I can dunk a donut in a coffee. That's about all I can dunk. No, I averaged 30 points a game my senior year.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Yeah, I was a baller. So, but that was then. I'm an Al Bundy now. I just
You never want to get in coaching?
no. I You know, I thought about becoming a history teacher, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And then there just wasn't enough money in it for me. I came from very, very humble beginnings. So I was like, man, there's got to be more in the life. I remember people would drive with Mercedes Benz. I'm like, man, they're rich. I wonder what they do.
Right.
Then I bought my first Mercedes. And I'm like, they're not that rich. They're just in debt.
Dude, that's it.
That's so real.
Facts.
Let's get a plug for your
Right,
book.
right, yeah.
Let's get that plug in.
Get that credit.
Yeah,
right.
get that credit right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been an interesting journey. And then I had my Bentley on my vision board for 14 years, and I never wanted to go broke again. So I waited till I had enough for 30 freaking Bentleys cash before I went and got my Bentley.
Wow.
So yeah, I was very focused on work, and that led us into Tampa. I'll show the story. I see a Tampa Bay hat back there. There we go. Go
Like-
Bucks.
Hey, I got that solely because I'm Tom Brady's obviously went to the University of Michigan, so I wore that hat. I got so much shit. Everybody's like, "You fucking Tampa Bay," and I'm like,
yeah.
I support Tom Brady.
Yeah, so when I spoke briefly on this a few minutes ago when we first got here, but it's getting kind of a crazy story. So when I got out of the military, took the job, I started working with celebrities and sports guys. Warren Sapp was our first athlete. Derek Brooks, Ronnie Barber, Tiki Barber, Alan Kobe. I was on the Jay Leno show doing stuff for Shaq and all these guys, and started doing stuff with Hefner. And a buddy of mine gave me my first drug at 27, ecstasy. No, I was on a date. It was cocaine. Cocaine. I now sound like Theo. Cocaine.
Love Theo Vaughn.
So do I, so.
I got a picture of me and him too. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Heck
Yeah, and he's like, "What's your favorite kind of weed?" He said, "Cocaine." He's hilarious thing. But I tried my first drug at 27. I was on a date with some girl. Yeah, and then went on another date a month later, and another girl asked me for a bump. I'm like, "What the fuck is a bump?"
Oh, wow.
No. And then,
So did you stay up straight those days because you was on cocaine?
Nah, I wasn't a big partier back then. I tried it, but I was more focused on running my nightclub. I had just bought a nightclub in Tampa, and I was partying, but I wasn't
Right.
balling out like that. We would have parties, but then I was mostly focused on building the club, building the sports marketing business, and after I sold the club, then I was just sitting there with like, oh, what do I do now? And everything kind of dipped. And a year later, I had the second largest ecstasy lab ever in the state of Florida.
No, that's crazy. You said you tried your first drug at 27, and then like within the next year, you already had like the biggest lab in the state of Florida.
I did.
Like, how does that even
That's
happen?
not something to be proud about. So I'm not.
I
I'm
get
not
it.
boasting about that. Well,
That's just
Hey,
crazy
we
just, like,
thank you
hearing
for
that
your
story.
we thank you for your service.
yeah.
Everyone in America and probably outside of America too.
And at EDC.
What had happened was, as
what
Theo would say,
What had happened is
what had happened
he's
was,
like, I got tired of playing the supplier. I became the supplier.
the guy came to me. He's like, man, you're buying these pills for $20. I could show you how to make them really, really cheap. My guy is coming into town. I was like, your guy? He goes, yeah. He goes, you can't ask his name, where he's from. You can't
That's
ask
some
anything.
real Breaking Bad shit.
It was Breaking Bad before Breaking Bad.
You were in New Mexico.
Yeah.
That's
I was in Florida, New Mexico. They went out there because they're in the middle of the desert, right? Nobody was around.
That's some real Breaking Bad shit.
And sure enough, he showed me how to make ecstasy, and I did it for about 6 months, and I was just freaked out, because you buy something called sassafras oil.
Oh yeah.
You buy that sassafras oil. The second you pull the water off of it, it becomes saffron oil. The second you become saffron oil, I think it's the number 2 agent on the DEA list, whatever. And I was young, dumb, and I took some wrong turns trying to hit momentum in my life.
Who got you into this? Just a friend that you
Yeah,
met
the
out?
guy I was buying the pills from.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he's like, I got this guy coming to town. They rented a house, and we stayed there for 5 days. It takes 5 days to make it.
Right.
We didn't leave. I took notes, and long story short,
That's crazy.
I got in trouble, and luckily they didn't find the lab. Otherwise, I would have. But my attorney's like, hey, if you give up your lab, you're not going to have to sign a proffer. And anyway, I did that, and it was an expensive, terrible lesson to learn young, not to take those kind of shortcuts.
But did you make up a lot of money though?
I didn't. No. It was only 6 months. I only probably did it like 6 or 7 times,
Wow.
just because I was scared to. I was
Right.
scared to death of that.
I do got a
Yeah.
question in regards to that before we get to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that in order to hit certain strides of success, you have to play in a gray area sometimes?
Yes, I do. And I think you have to be, what I really think is you have to, you got to put your foot to the gas pedal and you got to go 100 miles an hour. And you're going to hit those lines every once in a while, but you're going. And I tell people all the time, unless you're making mistakes, you're not making money. You're just not. You really have to. And a lot of people are like, oh man, I'm just afraid. I'm afraid. I said, if you're going 150 miles an hour and a bug hits your windshield, you pull over and say, oh shit, there's a bug on my windshield.
Right.
No, you turn on the windshield wipers, you figure it out as you go, and you just keep going. Right. And a lot of people just get freaked out. And they're like, I'm not built that way. And then I get it. But they're all
can't grow if you don't step out of your comfort zone.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of people, like even I thought, they say, you get out of school, you get a good job, and you save your money. And I'm just like, no, that's not.
No.
You working a good job, like you were saying, making 150 grand a year or whatever.
I mean, that's great money. But...
It's good money, but
at 24 is great money.
But it's never
you're not going to be able to save to open that multi-million-dollar business. I feel like everybody has to do something illegal to get to that next step.
Maybe, what does not be
illegal?
Gray
area.
The way I looked at it was, I went to lunch with this guy, and I'm 24, he's 25, and he's picked me up in a Rolls Royce. He's got the star glazed on there. I'm like, this guy's only a year older than me. What the freak is it? I'd never even heard the word Rolls Royce before. So I go to lunch and I'm like, man, I want to do this. And in my brain, I'm like, all right, if I'm already number 2 in the world for a Fortune 500 company at 24, I've only got one more slot to go, and I'm already at 115,000, give or take, whatever it was back then.
I mean, you're not getting very far.
I'm not getting very far. Yeah. So this guy gave me an opportunity to walk away, become a partner, and he was shady. But you have to even have shady partners in order to understand what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. You have to have those. I tell people, you have to fail your way to success, and you're gonna mess up.
You're gonna lose a lot.
You're gonna do. You are. But you're also, and I'm gonna tell you something. Recently, I did a business deal, and the people, if you become true to yourself and you're a good, genuine person and you work hard, all of that other mess, it doesn't matter how much money I've lost in the past, which I've lost millions now, millions and millions. I end up meeting key people that elevate you and to take you to that next level, no matter what kind of business you're in. Right. So it doesn't matter. I've had insurance mitigation companies, nightclubs, sushi restaurants, you name it. I've had all kinds of businesses.
Now you're doing fights.
Now I'm doing fights. I'm doing blockchains. I'm doing sports marketing. I'm doing restaurants again. So I'm doing a lot of different things, but money gives you that flexibility.
Yes, it does.
When you're trying to build, I don't remember who it was I listened to said that. You want to focus on putting all your money back into your own business until you make enough that you can't afford to do stuff like that.
Still to this day, I became a millionaire at 21.
Yeah, way before I did.
20 more years, and I still am.
Yeah.
But I've always invested. I always put every single dime to this day back into myself.
Oh, there you go.
And I do that purposely just so I don't get into the habits that people have in Vegas, like, I don't go to the clubs. I don't, and and I want
to. do that. Yeah. How do you think we met? No, just kidding.
Did you meet at a club?
Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah, it's been years. I think we met actually to maybe Corey or something.
Like a mutual friend.
Or maybe I know. Now I remember exactly how we met.
Wait,
you ready? We were at dinner with a mutual friend that you guys know very well, Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
That's how we went. We met at the Golden Steer. We went to the dinner at Golden Steer.
Oh my God.
Do you know I still haven't been to Golden Steer?
Now it's all
it was the very first time I ever went to Golden Steer.
Is it like monthly?
Me, Don Johnson. Me and Don were the only two white.
Yeah, we have Don, by the way. Shout out to him. We have Don on
Don
April
motherfucking Johnson.
We have him on April 21st. Yeah. So I'm gonna have some. Yeah. We already got everything we needed from.
I just saw Don the other day at my good buddy Sean Miriam's Lights Out fight the other night. Mm-hmm. So Sean did.
Oh yeah. I saw Don.
Yeah, they did pictures, and Sean and I talked today. Sean and I talk all the time. But going into what I'm saying, you're gonna run into some bad business dealings, some bad people, 100%. Some bad contracts.
How do you deal with when you lose somebody else's money? Because now a relationship is on the line.
Well, if they're business people, I'll tell you, every business person should walk into it. It's like they have to do their own homework. Period.
I agree.
Period. But a lot of people will have that resentment toward you, but you can't worry about their feelings. Business is business. And I tell people, now, have I replaced some people's money in 6 figures plus out of my own pocket? I have. My good buddy Bo Carlin, you guys may know Bo. Yeah. I when COVID kicked off, when I just moved out here,
Bo last thing I heard of Bo, was he doing something with water?
He did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Now he's doing blockchain.
Blockchain, you
No.
got him in there?
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
I've known Bo a long time.
Yeah. So what it happened? Bo and I. That's the reason I live in Vegas, because of Bo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we met in 2001 when I had my sports marketing company, and he said, "Hey, I was coming out here. Matter of fact, the very first time, Gino 11 from 11 right there.
Yep.
I
Gino
was-
Lapinto.
This is a crazy story. I got a lot of fucking crazy stories. We're gonna have to do like
Yes, we wanna
14
hear it
episodes.
all.
I was doing my very first celebrity event I ever did in my life with a guy named Craig Titus. You ever heard of that name?
I've heard the name.
So Craig Titus, I had a partner here, Don, in Vegas. Craig Titus was a professional bodybuilder, and he and his wife, were having like a menage a trois, like something going on in the relationship, and one of them killed the girl, put him in the trunk of the car,
No.
went out to the
Told you
desert,
this.
caught it on fire,
Yeah.
and now they're both in prison. But that was my very first celebrity event I ever did, was with Craig. I still got the pictures of it.
My goodness.
Now, wasn't it? Didn't they like say it had to do with the roid rage or something like that?
Yeah,
They
well,
tried-
no, it was a home
Remember
situation.
when I said that
Okay.
those poly relationships just don't work. man.
We were just talking about that last.
That
night.
one didn't, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
I feel bad for the girl, you know.
right,
It was a
right,
really
yeah.
sad situation. But so that was my very first one. And then, no, actually, was it really? No, that was my second one. My very first one, when I started doing stuff when I was 24, I guess it was before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was doing all the pro websites. Here's what we did. Talking about young entrepreneurs, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s, the websites and everything came out in 93, 94, somewhere 94, 95. And so it would cost these athletes anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 to build their own websites. It was
It
expensive
was
back then.
real expensive. I remember.
And
that.
so what we did, me and my partner, we outsourced the company up in Canada. And so we built, design, and maintained with these websites, because like the SAPs and all these guys, they would buy it, then they had to hire somebody to manage it, maintain it, and sell their products. So we said, we'll build it, maintain it, sell all your product. We'll do everything. You don't have to pay a penny out of your pocket. We'll just split the profit 50-50. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
It's like-
That
it's like-
sounds
it's
you
like-
got to be creative, right?
Yeah.
With some of
Yeah.
this stuff. And so
Totally.
so that's what we did. We built, design, and maintain, and Warren Sapp introduced us to multiple other athletes that we did, and we actually hit ESPN's or is it Sports Illustrated? We were one of the top websites in the world back then. He wore Big99.com when they went to the Super Bowl in 2002 or 2001. I don't remember the year.
Warren Sapp was a beast.
Yeah, he was
he
a
was,
beast. And so we sold like $250,000 in his merch in 1 hour. So it was a good, and we did that with about 40 athletes. Then we met Jay Leno at a car show, and we ended up being a guest on the Jay Leno show. And he sat us next to Pat Croce from the 76ers, but he walked us in the back room, and Jessica Simpson was there, introduced us to Jessica, and we did her TRR tour when they came through Tampa, and that was my very first one. Not this guy. He came a couple years later, but that's how I did it. And when I just moved into Tampa, everyone's like, "Who's this guy throwing celebrity events?" And people back then didn't do
Right.
celebrity events there, and that's kind of how I got broke into that world. But
Oh, wow.
it was pretty exciting. And since then, I've worked with some of the biggest names in the world, like yourself, and it's been a pretty exciting.
I got a blockchain question for you.
Yeah.
What is something you see blockchain replacing that you think should be preserved?
Oh, that's a great question. That's an easy one. There's a million different things, but I'll give you a really cool one that we're doing right now. So how many of you guys are self-conscious about what you eat?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you go to Walmart, you don't know where that meat's come from. What if you could track and trace the day the cow was born, everything it's ever ate, to the day it's humanely put to death, and then the day the steak shows up at your house, it's scanned with a barcode, and it tells you everything about that animal, everything it's ever ate, and it's all from a regenerative farm. We already built it. It's already
So you'd be like, "Oh, I know my steak is grass fed from Omaha."
there. You go.
Or
At
if it's
9:59 in the morning.
or if it's real
you
meat.
know?
Yeah, and it's 100%. It goes straight from farm straight.
That's
to your
exactly what we need, I think, nowadays, is because we need that trust.
But
We
wouldn't-
need something that we can rely on.
Wouldn't you get into like shady farmers and have?
No, it's all tracked and traced. It's all. That's what the beautiful thing about the blockchain is. It's all on the open ledger. You can see it. You can track it. That's what I was saying when I told you I did a dinner with Emmett Smith the other night.
Yeah,
Emmett,
I saw that.
I want to do a big
Yeah,
plug
too.
to Emmett's. If you guys live in Vegas, come to Vegas. Please stop into Emmett Smith's restaurant.
Great
Right,
place, by the way.
it is amazing.
What is it
Kelly,
called
the
again?
Emmett's.
It's right on it's right in front of a fashion show.
Right there on the
wow, I
corner.
didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
right there, but next to what's
Davidoff, the cigar lounge.
Yeah, the Davidoff, the cigar place. Go in there. Emmett was in town. They just did their 1 year anniversary Saturday night. I was there with Emmett. If we had pictures, I could have posted some of this stuff.
Real quick, Emmett or Barry Sanders?
Oh yeah, Emmett. I was always. You know what blew me away with Emmett the other night? Emmett gets blockchain. The guy's smart. I'm not saying anybody. Just being a huge Emmett's fan and just listening to him talk. And I was like, this guy gets it.
Who told you about blockchain? Like, who introduced you?
Oh, that's a crazy story there too. So what had happened was I had a medical company that was doing less than beautiful. And so I just kept sinking a lot of money into it. And I was just like, I'd make a little bit of money, but it was not steady money. And I was just frustrated with it. I didn't get passion out of medical. I just kind of fell into it through some of my friends. They got me into it. And the main guy actually that got me into it got out literally 3 weeks after he got me in. Now he owns 40 restaurants and he got into the restaurant business, did extremely well. But they got me into it. And so I was just tired of that. I posted on social media, who do you know in blockchain? Who do you know in crypto? And they're like, this is 2014, 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Before it even blew up.
Oh yeah, I started making Bitcoin at $220. I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh,
I don't trade crypto. I don't buy crypto. The only thing I do is make it. It's all I've ever
Can you explain what blockchain is? Because I think we hear a lot of this terminology,
Yep.
and nobody know what the hell it means.
It's an open ledger that you can track and trace and see everything. I mean, just think of it like an accounting company that you can actually see everything that they're doing. When you hire a company, there's so many companies, you don't know what's really happening. You don't know what's really seeing. So it's an open ledger. And with the nodes that we were talking about, I don't want to use that one. Let's use this one.
Okay.
So there's a lot. And here's the example I give to people all the time. This is Amazon. You have a product. I have the money. And they have employees. Whenever you want to buy this product, you have the money that allow the employee verifies everything. And the federal government does what? They tax you. Why? Because it's a person, right? So they tax it. On the blockchain, you have a product. It's the exact same thing. You have a product, you have the money, and you have something that's transaction. But instead of being a human, that's called a software node. That software node, now remember there's a tax on everything when it's in the real world.
Right.
That tax money goes to the federal government because there's individuals. But on the blockchain, it's the exact same thing, except for now, with this transaction, it's called a gas fee, and it's a node that will verify those transactions. So those gas fees go up in the cloud every day, and it's split evenly between all the node owners.
So that's
Gas fees like the taxes.
Yeah.
So it really
Essentially.
prevents fraud.
100% it is.
And that's what I think why a lot of people don't understand it, because when they hear blockchain, they think fraud as
Yes.
opposed to it protects.
Just the opposite.
I know
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
So how do you combat that with individuals? Because we already know. And here's one thing that I've always said: most of the things that we've been taught about money were lies.
100%.
And so when you talk to somebody about money or making money or how to make a lot of money,
Right.
because they only know all of the BS and everything that we learn, or most of the stuff, is completely wrong.
Yep.
They have a misconception about everything on how to actually migrate through this whole new era of where we're going with blockchain. So how do you I hate to use the word recondition, but how do you change somebody's thought process for them to understand that?
Most people, I've got 12,000 clients. I've been doing this for 10 years. This is all I've ever done.
Correct.
I started making Bitcoin, and this is how I wish I would have thought to bring it. I had an S5 miner. So that S5 miner, when I first got it, you asked me how I got involved, or one of you guys did. Yeah. And so what had happened was this, I posted on social media, who do you know? They're like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I'm like, it's got to be, there has to be something, because there was a bunch of rug pulls back then. Like, there's got to be something good about blockchain. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any big companies do it. And back then, I Googled blockchain FedEx. They were using it. Blockchain Mercedes and all these companies.
Bank of America, a lot of these.
Well, now they're all on it. But back then, there was a limited supply of them. So I was like, they're like, one guy said, I got a guy for you. I'm like, all right. He goes, the guy's worth $100 million. I was like, you're full of shit. I don't know anybody worth that kind of money. Well, at least I didn't know back then. Now I know a lot of them. But so I was like, okay. So we do lunch like a couple days later, puts me on the phone with this guy, and he's trying to explain to me blockchain. I was like, I have no freaking clue what this guy is talking about. I was lost.
It gets confusing.
Oh yeah, well, especially when you're brand new and you're just trying to hear it.
And this is back in 2014.
Yeah, 2014, 2015, right around that time frame. Maybe it was right around. I think it was February.
Especially if you're on an ecstasy pill.
I was not. Yeah, a lot of water though. A lot of water. So he's like, listen, if you really want to learn, you need to come to Reykjavik, Iceland, and learn. I was like,
Oh wow.
Iceland.
Holy shit.
I was like, I was broke at that time. Remember, I just lost all this money, so I'm like, Reykjavik. I was like, all right, what's a trip like that cost? Like 15,000. He goes, yeah, that's about right. I'm like, in my head, I'm like,
You're like, fuck.
Chuck, I don't have fucking 10, 15 grand at that time. And so I said, tell you what, this is where being a young entrepreneur and training yourself really to put yourself out there, you come up with creative ways. And a lot of people don't have that. Some people just have instincts. You had more money than I did ever at your age.
I tell people this all the time. I say you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no in between.
It's not.
I'm too old. I told people I've gotten to the age now where I won't even deal with new music people because I don't even have the heart to tell them that they don't have it. But it's like that in any business.
Yeah.
You either have it or you don't. I mean, there's just
And what I did, I told that guy, I said, first we get on the phone call, and he goes, yeah, you need me in Reykjavik, Iceland. I'm like, 12, 15 grand. I said, all right. So creatively, I said, all right, tell you what, why don't you give me a quota to hit? And if I hit this quota, you'll buy my trip out to Reykjavik. And he goes, that's funny. I didn't know I offered that. I said, you're going to want to meet me. You're going to want to meet me. He's like, okay, hot shot. I was like, listen, but sometimes even people like that's your mentor, you still have to break it down for him. So I said, I'll tell you what, you make commission, right? And I'm at that point, I'm 32. He's younger than I am. So he's younger than me, worth $100 million, truly, and I'm worth $3,000. But I've had a lot more experience than some people have on that level at that point. So I said, tell you what, if you give me a quota to hit, your commissions alone will cover that, but now you've met someone that can truly go out and sell what you need to be done. He goes, all right, fair enough, hotshot. Go sell $50,000 of this S5 miner.
What is a S5 miner?
It's a machine. It's a mining rig that you plug directly into the blockchain software, the blockchain, and it'll confirm transactions, just like my nodes, except for it's hardware instead of software. So he said, go sell $50,000 of these nodes and call me in 4 or 5 days or never. Like, he didn't give a shit. He's like, if you can do it, great. If you can't, great. Either way, great. I'm like, all right. So I called him the next night. I said, hey, you need my flight information. He said, no, I need you to go sell. I said, yeah, I did that. He said, you sold $50,000 of a machine. You didn't even know what it was, and you did it in 24 hours. I said, no, I sold $350,000 of these machines.
Oh, wow.
He said, you're full of shit. I said,
you know that guy Billy that used to hook me up? He just sold me a node. I don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
And I bought it.
Yeah.
I know he knows what's cracking.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of people that do that too.
Oh, I do. I always tell people if I know somebody, when people do credit card process, if I know you, I'll switch.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know the guy who's doing mine.
Right, exactly.
So it's a vibe. So even if I didn't know what a node was, I would probably buy one from you.
Well,
So you mentor a lot of young developers and thinkers in this space. What is the most important thing you teach them, not just technically, but ethically?
Well, what I'm really teaching them is think outside the box. It's really about what product and service do you have that you can change for the better for blockchain. And there's a lot. 99% of the things in the world can get better, tracked and traced. So I was with Emmett Smith the other night, and Emmett said to me, hey, I wish I would have brought the football he signed for me. But he said, listen, this industry is so effed up because all of this memorabilia, it's fraud. There's billions of dollars.
You can have a lot of fake.
A lot of fake.
Yeah.
So he said,
that too.
so he said, how do we track and trace memorabilia on the blockchain? So that's just one example. That's a great one.
That's
Emmett
so
went.
good.
And I said, Emmett, what if we could track and trace the second anybody starts walking to your restaurant?
Looking at you.
Hey, I like it. And look here, I'm looking right back. I'm looking right back. Like, hey, my little crystal ball, float. And I said, Emmett, just imagine.
Well, that's a great one because I collect jerseys, everything.
Yeah.
And somebody said that to me. They're like, "What if you found out those were fake?" And I was like, it made my whole heart stop. I'm like,
I want to show you something.
Just because they can nowadays.
they can be.
Yeah.
They can be.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something that.
Like, think about that goes for purses, that goes for jewelry,
Everything.
that goes for
Hey, you think-
makeup, that goes for anything.
You think you got a coach, but you got to catch?
Oh,
Hey, you know what I say though? Even to girls out here and people that, oh, I want you to buy me shoes, purse. I'm like, so someone like Rache's age,
Yeah.
I would say to her, like, even if you had a real Louis purse,
Mhm.
I would probably still think it's fake because I would look at you as young, like, how did you get that?
Right.
And half the time, you really can't tell if it's real or if it's fake.
honestly, no.
And you
Most
can't.
people can't.
If it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm sitting here talking to Emmett, and these guys paid $3,000 just to come have dinner in the room and everything, and so they allowed me to sit there. There's two Emmett was sitting here and Mayor, and then there's probably, I don't know, 10 on each side. We have the CEO of Resorts World sitting over here, and they moved me right here next to Emmett. They're like, Emmett's really enjoying this conversation. We got to keep going. So I'm like, oh crap, this is awesome. So I said, Emmett, you know what would be really cool? I'm buying this company right now. I'm going to show you guys. I said, you know what would be really cool? This is, when I show you this is crazy. I said, what if the Dallas Cowboys right now were playing, and you're just happen to be in London. You can't see the game, time's off, but you're wearing your jersey of one of the current players, and the jersey lights up anywhere around the world.
Oh, that would be
When they
dope.
get when they get a touchdown.
Yes, or field goal.
Oh my gosh.
So
be
I'm
great.
buying this
Actually
company
insane.
right now. I'm doing the acquisition. And he goes, no, we are. He's like, we are doing this.
Oh, wow.
So I was in Dubai in January with a Galactic Sports, and I met with the guys that ran Inter Miami. Excuse me, I was with Manchester United, the guy that ran IMB, and then we went to Miami 2 weeks later to meet with these other guys. So I've got some really cool projects that come to me because now, back when I had no money, nobody would bring me projects. Now I do pretty good, and
Now you have leverage.
now I have a
You're the guy to node.
yeah. you better note it. So
Note it. I've
that's
noted it.
that's really how it started. I started with 11 software nodes on Gala Games, which we had Snoop, and we're talking Tracksuit and everything. Snoop and Stevie Aoki and all these guys.
So was he thinking I talked with a guy named Man. He was a rapper, and he was saying that he really felt that the rap game was going to go towards these NFTs. Because,
It already is.
Yeah, and he's saying that's because now it's so hard to make money.
We have Cube. We have a ton of them.
Didn't Kanye release his album on through NFT?
He
No,
could
Tory
have.
Lanez did
Yeah,
it. He did a bit.
I bought
Tory
Snoop's.
Lanez did.
Yeah.
That's how I got to that meeting with Snoop. I bought his whole album. Dropped like $250,000, but every time it plays from this point on on the blockchain, I get paid.
So
every
it's like buying the licensing.
Yeah, it's just like being a partner on the label, an executive producer.
Okay.
Yeah, so every time that album plays, and I've got several, I've probably got 15 albums on the blockchain. I get passive. I've probably got like 22 companies that pay me 7 days a week on the blockchain.
You might want to get that song called "Lose Yourself." That would be it.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, do you know the pianist to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started with 11 software nodes, and those 11 nodes every day would confirm transactions on the blockchain, and I would have all these tokens. And here's another lesson to a lot of people. They're just fucking impatient. They give up before. They're like, oh, man, this is taking forever, man. I bought these nodes. Nothing's happening. I go through that every single project. I'm like, bro, you bought a software. This is not an investment. You bought a software. That
So
software.
I think that's the problem, Billy, because I deal with a lot of clients. I tell them, when you're investing, it's not to make money today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They want instant
They want
gratification.
instant gratification.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not like
that's the
that.
hardest
What's
thing.
going on here?
Which,
Yeah.
and I think that's what
Podcast.
that's what we deal with people is when they're making an investment. It's like, Billy, I need to make money today, because sometimes they're taking their last,
Yeah.
thinking that investment is going to change
Yeah.
their financial circumstance. How do you deal with that with people?
I just tell them. Every person I sit down with, I tell them straight up. And I had this exact conversation with somebody today. I said, listen, you've got to set the expectations from day one.
Right.
This is not something you're going to get rich overnight with. I mean, everybody looks at my success. I had 11. I made 11 million. This year I'm on track to do 300, 400 million in revenue, in profit from me, not my company, from me.
Right.
And I tell them, I said, but I bought these nodes years ago. I buy them. I'll let them do their thing. When the company grows, you know the story of the bamboo tree? You guys know the story of the bamboo tree?
I don't know actually. What is it?
Oh my goodness! So the bamboo tree. This is the answer to your question.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, how do you teach people that? Number one, when a bamboo tree seed is planted, first of all, and here I'll go a step. I really like metaphors. What's the first thing it does? It's buried deep, right?
Right.
Dirt. It's dark. It's lonely. It's dirty. It's down there.
And it doesn't sprout right away.
How long does it take? Oh, I'm going to question you.
9 months.
20 years.
Who said that?
9 months.
9 months. Don't be Googling
Well,
either.
I didn't Google it.
No, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm close.
20 years.
Not even. No, but a lot less. But
Okay.
meet me in the middle.
10.
So what
7.
happens is you have to water that bamboo tree every single day. And most people don't water their jobs. They don't water their careers.
Nope.
They just give up on them. So and they expect these things to work. So you're following where this lesson is right here. So a bamboo tree, if you're trying to do it, you have to water it every day. After a year, people give up. Podcasts, different things. Oh, I don't have any traction.
Very true.
Second year, nothing.
Nothing.
Third year,
Nothing.
fourth year, 5 freaking years it takes. Now, all of a sudden it spurts up 90 feet in the air. And like the next 90 days, it just goes straight up. Now, did it take 90 days for it to grow?
No, it took 5 years.
5 years.
What was it doing during that 5 years, though?
Compound interest.
What was it doing?
Pruning, it was all of that.
Here's what it was doing. It was growing the roots deep enough, strong enough to hold the growth.
Yeah.
And that's where people mess up. You really got to understand, if you really want success and you get an overnight success and you don't know how to handle it, you're going to lose it.
You know what? It's crazy you say that. I said that the money that people got during the pandemic messed them up. Because
I don't know, I made a lot of money.
well, not you. But I'm talking about people who didn't get money.
Oh, I see. I was manufacturing
right.
COVID gowns and making
But people-
$1 million contracts with Johnson & Johnson. But
People who didn't have access to money, here's why I think it messed them up, because they touched money that they never had.
Yeah.
So that pruning didn't take place.
Right.
The roots of understanding money,
Right.
how to properly invest.
And you
all
have
of
to
those.
lose it.
You
You
have
always
to.
going to have to lose your money
have
first to understand.
You have
The
to.
smart people understand what they did wrong and they learn from it.
Right.
The people that aren't as smart, we'll put it that way and say it that way, they'll just keep doing it over and over and over. Like, I live in Vegas, I don't gamble. A lot of people that go to the casinos and
They
they
will
gamble,
keep gambling.
and they'll just keep gambling because they have an addiction to that. I have an addiction to helping people.
Right.
Like this last year, I did some really cool stuff for a nonprofit. I don't know if you saw that one, but and I love doing that. I showed you my phone earlier. I really enjoy people that really have a vision, that have like a lot of they're just going through tough times, right? And there's a lot of people out there, and I've helped a lot of people doing that. But every time I end up doing this, I end up getting my foot in my mouth because my inbox is full of 400 people saying, "Hey, I'm going through a tough time." But that's not what I focus. I focus on the ones I know that I can really impact. Like, you ever heard of Hope for the City?
Yeah.
Hope for the City,
So,
Pastor Mike. So we went to this. They had an event last. It's on my Instagram page. I go to this event with them, and my buddy kept trying to explain what they were doing. He goes, "Man, we've got these big contracts with the biggest food suppliers, and they've got 21 million pounds of food, and they need your help." I'm like, "What? What are you even talking about?" I had no idea what he was talking about. He goes, "Well, they're having an event, and you have to be willing to donate at least $10,000 a person just to go there. They're having it at a $28 million house. Come up and check it out." And I was like, I love charities as long as I like the charities where 100% of the money goes back to the charity, and they're not taking 25% off the top
for
to
the
feed.
profit. Yeah. Totally.
So I'm like, all right, I go up there. It's the biggest house, that $28 million house that's still up for sale up in Henderson. So I go up there, and Pastor Mike and Kelly, who runs Emmett's restaurant, were there, and I hear them pitch how many lives during COVID people were. These are good people who are driving Expeditions or Lexus, and they were out of jobs, and they had no food. They lost everything, and some of them, their vehicles are looking to get repoed, and they have this thing where they would line cars up, and they would send them through, and they would give them food. They give them.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and they give them
that
these.
was amazing.
They give them. It's called Central Church, and they do a lot of good, And so they're telling me all this stuff, and I just started twitching. I was like, "This is the company I need to help." So I was like, "All right." So I'm standing there, and they start asking for donations. Not one single person came up to offer or give it a donation. And this beautiful house and with this amazing story, I'm like, "This is kind of messed up." But I didn't want to, I'm not here to call anybody out. So
do you think they had that vibe, like it's like seeing a beautiful church and being like, well, I'm not going to put that much in the thing because I know these people are balling.
Well, it was a rented house. Obviously, it was donated, and 100% money goes in there and track and trace like they do it. I understand some people's thoughts on a church like that, but a nonprofit that's track and trace, it's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I walk up to them. Pastor Mike tells the story, but I walked up to him and I said, I said, I need to talk to you guys. I want to be your biggest donor. And they're like, who are you? And I just walked away. And then they came back, and then this is I'll let you kind of see this thing. And so they walked off the stage, and then they came back over, and so I ended up helping them. They're like, all right, what do you want to do? I said, who's helped you guys the most? Who's helped you guys the most? And they're like, Shaq. I was like, Shaq did. I said, how much did Shaq give you? They're like $100,000.
Is that the pastor in the picture?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I was like, all right.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Yeah, so that was, ever since I was 11 years old, I don't come from any money, so I always wanted to donate $1 million check.
Right.
Oh, there you go. And that was us doing a ribbon cutting and stuff and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. But now we're building these. We're going to franchise this out, but we're going to go from city to city to city, and we have a contract with Cisco nationwide. Now we're going to be able to give that back, and I'm contributing now a big chunk of my wealth to this company every month to help give back.
Did you ever ball with Shaq?
Sorry?
Did you ever play ball with Shaq?
No, I've never played ball with Shaq. I did a couple of parties for him back in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Because you just dunked on his. It's I feel like you're trying to pay back. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
listen, anybody that gives that kind of, that's just one that he put 100. I'm sure he's probably done that with 500.
Yeah.
So he's definitely out. But it was a really cool thing to give like that, and now I've being a part of that community and meeting these people and what's his name from the Raiders, Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby's a big part of this as well, and now they've got other people coming over. But it's a really, really, really good one. And everywhere I go now, people are like, "Hey, I saw you do the ribbon cutting." They're like, "It really helped my family." Like that. Those are the things that really touch you. But that's why I work as hard as I do, and I buy as many notes as I do. It's you get to some point in your life, when I started making really good money. When I say that, like 50 million plus, then it got to the point where it's like, all right, I looked around, but I didn't have any friends around. My friends are still working. So you can focus on yourself all you want, but once you get to a certain level and nobody else can do it, then I just turned back around and went back and I started helping all my friends. You guys know Corey.
Yeah.
Corey's shout out to Chef ARD there. Corey's like a beast. And so Corey and that whole group that I met over at his house, they're all clients of mine. They're all friends of
I
mine.
think Don did a party at Corey's
Yes,
house.
yeah. I was there that night. Yep. So a lot of really cool things. But now the more you make, the more you get to give and help and impact other people.
Can you buy so when you say you continue to buy nodes, can you buy a bad one? I mean, is it?
No. There's no bad.
There's no bad one.
No,
How much does a node cost?
$1,000.
That's it, just $1,000.
For every 1,000 I put into Gala Games, I made $1 million back. So it wasn't a bad.
Yeah, let me put this investment down today.
No investment. Maybe it's not investment.
Okay, what is it?
You're buying software.
I'll buy software.
There you go.
If I'm going to get $1 million.
So,
well,
so
we
that,
think
how long
we
do I
don't
have to hold this?
guarantee.
So,
we don't guarantee
So say
anything.
hypothetically, someone's watching this podcast right now and they want to go buy themselves a node. They're just going to Google
No, don't do
node,
that. No,
buy node.
No, don't
and just
do
click
that.
on a random link. How does this work? How does
Rach,
this whole
no.
process work? Tell us. Break it down for us.
Someone like you could get sucked into the wrong.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's all about finding the right project, and one of the biggest projects I'm working on right now is out of Dallas called Parlor. Parlor is here's what's really exciting.
Heard of that?
And I'm going to tell you why this one's really, really, really exciting. There's so many. We can stand here for another 5 hours, but I'm going to tell you what's really cool. How many influencers out there that make XYZ amount of dollars, but they are still only getting paid like 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah.
Okay.
most of them.
Now watch this. Here's Parlor. When Parlor came out, they were going toe to toe with Twitter. That's all they were. They were toe to toe with Twitter.
Didn't Parlor drop though?
Well, here's what happened. When they came out, it was during the first Trump administration.
Yeah.
January 6th came. Amazon didn't like what had happened with Trump. They delisted them. So so Dan Bongino owned it, sold it. Candace Owens, her husband, came in and monetized it for 2 years for $5 million a year. They did that, and then it sat there idling. And the new owner, Yasser, who I just talked to earlier today, come in and brought my good friend Brian in as the CEO, and then they called me because I'm the node guy, and I had 12,000 clients that had bought nodes from me. So they brought me in, and then I started working on it. So what they did was they also built out their own YouTube, their own TikTok version. Now, being on the blockchain, here's what they're doing different. Facebook last year, for every 500 million people that were on Facebook, they did 18 billion in revenue. For every 500 million people, they did 18 billion in revenue.
Wow.
What Parlor's getting ready to do right now in the next 45 days is you're going to be able to log onto your Parlor. You can download it right now. You can post on there on their
So
Parlor.
Parlor's like Twitter, you're saying?
It's just like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and TikTok. They've got all the same platforms. Exactly.
it's a new
The
thing.
difference is when you post and someone likes, shares, and comments, you're
You
earning
get
a
paid.
digital reward every single time.
Isn't that what fan base was trying to do? Isaac Hayes
Yes,
platform.
but they weren't structured the right way.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Right.
That's my humble little opinion. So now when you go on there, in about 35 days, it'll say, would you like to monetize your page? Here's where it's going to set them apart. And they've already got some of the biggest TikTokers in the world already knocking on the door, everything else. It'll say, would you like to monetize your page? You say yes. And by the way, you own your own data over there as well.
That's
So
big.
that's huge. Yeah,
it
it's
really
huge.
is.
And it'll say
Did you hear about what XAI did?
XA. No.
XAI bought out X.
Oh yeah. I did hear that. Yeah.
Did that
It's
just
30,
happen too?
30-something billion. Yeah.
That
It was-
just
it's-
happened.
3 billion.
Yeah, he just did that for different internal
Oh, yeah.
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what's going to happen. It'll say, would you like to monetize your page? You say yes. 70% of that money comes in and goes back to you, the user.
Wow.
Not 1/10 of 1% like YouTube and TikTok. 70% goes back to you. 30% goes to the company. You want to talk about
Start
people
making
start
actual
getting.
money.
You can move your podcast over there right now, and when people click it, you're making these digital rewards. So that is massive. That's going to be a game changer. That's going to be a blockbuster compared to Netflix situation.
Wow.
All day long. So all these celebrities I work with, Rampage, Jackson, got my guys, they're moving their content over there. I just talked to Emmett and all these people talking to the Cowboys, all these different people that I work with. I'm like, so Emmett's actually coming out to headquarters here in 2 weeks with me to Plano where the
Parlor is.
headquarters is. Yes. So, but there's a lot of really cool things that you can do on blockchain, and everybody wins. That's the biggest problem out there. All these companies where Zuckerberg and his investors win.
They're winning.
That's
Is
we're.
this it? The purple one?
Let me see here. What's it say?
Social talking.
Because it's two different. It's two different ones that say Parlor.
No, it's ER.
Oh, ER.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not OR.
ER.
PARLER. Yeah, it's.
Oh, okay. There.
That's
you go.
it. That's
Okay.
it right there. So that's the one for the Facebook. Like, then when they have Play TV, that's the version of YouTube, and then inside of Play TV it says Burst. That's our version of TikTok.
Now with the Parlor with Play TV, don't they have the similar TOS issues that YouTube has? Because like YouTube issues, like TOS is so like nuanced. Like you don't even really know what the TOS terms of service are until they take your shit down.
Yeah.
They
so,
changed.
Right, yeah.
So I'll tell you this.
So-
Here's what makes Parlor so much different than anything else you've ever seen or ever done. Here's the funny part. So when they got delisted by Amazon can go delist anybody except for us. You know why? Because they delisted us one time. They made that mistake. Now what happens is the largest software company, cloud service company in the world, also has their hardware, Facebook. Number 2, Google. Number 3, Edgecast. Guess who just acquired Edgecast?
Wow.
The node guy.
So guess who one of the clients is? Amazon, Walmart,
So you're gonna shut them
CBS,
off.
Fox, ABC, Disney. All of those now were part of Edgecast as clients. But the problem was Edgecast, what they did was they went on and they let their competitor come buy them. And then they moved everybody off the railings, everything over there, charged them 40% more, every single one of them. And now they were pissed. They're like, what the, this is messed up. And they made the mistake of just leaving the skeleton of the company over there. Yasser came in and Brian, they called me like 5 months ago. We've been working on this acquisition for about 5 months. It cost us $5 million, which it's already out. You can Google it and see all the stuff. We brought that, we took that company down, Edgecast. Now we had the executive team come back from the Edgecast, and now we've already got $25 million a month already in receivables coming back in already. So within 8 weeks of taking down the company, we get 20 million plus on the positive coming in every month. But we, the people, all of us now get to win from that.
Definitely.
That scenario.
How long have you been on Parlor for?
I actually sit on the board for Parlor and have some other things involved.
So you can give me 90% then.
So they did a really big deal for me to come over and bring what I've been able to bring and the amount of money that me and some friends.
Didn't you say before, like there's a comfort in blockchain that leads to complacency, right? How do you stay alert without becoming paranoid with that? You know what I mean? Like,
you're never going to get anywhere in life being paranoid. Number one. So you got to put your hater blockers on, which you've already got. I see there. So you can't look at anything being like looking over your shoulder all the time. You've got to just know that you're doing the right thing, and you've got to set a game plan. You got to stick to it, and you got to drive it home. Period.
Hey, they said that the most famous quote by Bo Schembechler from Michigan, it was "stick to the plan."
That's it. I mean, but blockchain, I tell people, if you're driving down the road and you hit a bump, guess what? You're going to hit some shocks. You're going to hit some things, turbulence that you're not aware of, but you just still got to stick, just like the bug on the windshield. Things are going to happen without that come up, but you just got to stick to the plan and say, listen, this is where we're going. When we started off, we didn't plan on buying EdgeCast. We didn't even know it was even on the table. So that really added to everything that we're doing. That's really going to change a lot of people's lives. Right. Now Parlor's just this big of a piece compared to something this big, which is really, really, really exciting for all of you guys. Even though you guys don't know it yet, things are changing every single day. Some of the biggest companies in the world now are jumping on with Parlor, and
I've been waiting for. I knew something new was coming.
And this is all
take back our ownership, as people.
100%.
So you're saying if I quit YouTube and sign up with you in Parlor today,
you'll start taking all your videos from YouTube, push them all over there. All you got to do is upload them over there. They're ready to go. It's been up and running.
So do we got to push people to a sub?
People are already coming. There are already 20+ million people already over there. Yeah. Okay. We just signed. We just brought in ReebokSports.com. We've got a Venezuelan company with 350 million people. We're onboarding as we speak. We'll have 500 million people on there by the end of this year.
Oh yeah.
So now I want you to really focus on what I'm about to tell you, because blockchain now. If we have that 500 million, how much was Facebook making? Off their advertising? 18 billion. Well, let's just say we really effed up. Let's just say we only had 800, 900 million coming in. I mean, we just really just terrible. Remember, they just want eyeballs, so it has nothing to do with us. Right. But that 800 million, this is where blockchain becomes so powerful. Guess the way that they're going to have to give us that money. They have to go into the market, buy the token out of the market, which does what? Create something called buy pressure.
Yeah.
So then it goes up.
Remember, if you have your nodes online like I do, and I have a lot, and I get XYZ amount of these every day, right now I think the token's at 3 cents, and people are like, oh, let me go get it at 3 cents. Don't buy it at 3 cents. Buy the node. The node is where the money is.
Yeah.
You buy the node, now instead of making 40, 50,000 a day, which now
the node runs you about $1,000.
It's exactly $1,000. Yep. If you buy 10 or more, hit me up. Go to Instagram, Billy Wo, BILLYWO. Throw that. I'm running a special right now. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Oh shit!
Or buy 20. I had 3 orders today. One for 250,000, 150,000, 50,000, and I had a couple people for smaller amounts, but I can't do a special under 10,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get Rampage involved in this?
Rampage is we're doing some stuff.
Yeah. That's good.
Until it's solidified, but yeah, we're doing some stuff.
Again, these just like the vets you were talking about, these UFC guys don't seem to get taken care of either.
I'm doing some stuff with that too.
I like to hear that they got stuff going on outside, because I'm even though what you got coming on with him and Rashad, I like both of those guys. I've been following them forever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, these guys are getting a little old to be banging heads.
I guess I can give you the flyer. You guys can post up the flyer after this. Right?
Yeah. Can you? We can do it.
Yeah. It's just here. It's on my
Billy Wo's.
Yeah. Go to my Instagram, BILLYWO.
I got a question for you though, Billy.
Yeah.
Do you feel that blockchain will eventually close the wealth gap?
Oh, 100% it will. I think, yeah. Because when all of us are able to participate in different levels of different things, that exactly what that's
Right.
doing. Right now, there's majority of the people, just like the Zuckerbergs, everything else, they're investors, and they skip from company to company. None of us are part of that. Blockchain, especially if you get into the node network, node business, which is what I do, and you start learning these projects and you start following them. Most of the people that I made money with, and when I helped launch Gala day one, I called 100 people. Not one single person did a node with me. I stayed on the phone for like 45 minutes trying to explain it to people, and at the end of it, I'm like, you just don't get it. Like, we don't understand a fucking word that you're saying. I'm like, damn. After
It's a little
it
harder
took off,
than the Thin Mints.
yeah. After it took off and it hit like $6,000 a node, because those nodes right now are worth $100,000 each. So I got $1.2 million worth of nodes over there, and so, or 1.1, and so. But those nodes are still creating, 6 years later, they're still making me $9,000-$10,000 a month, still to this date.
Right.
But now I've got 14 more companies paying me every single day too, and it's just compounding.
Is the node like Bitcoin? Because like
Bitcoin is a token. The node is the miner, if you will.
But do you like so many people that I knew on this whole Bitcoin thing, they'd be up whatever 4 million. Well, I'm not gonna take it out because of the tax or whatever.
Yep.
I never really heard too many stories. I had one story of a guy, he pulled out $1 million, bought a house in Costa Rica, paid off a Range Rover.
Yep.
And then the rest just tanked. On the nodes, I mean, do you have to pull it out like that to have liquid money?
No.
No.
There's ways of doing it the right way. A lot of people are just uneducated. There's a company down in Miami called Milo.io, where you can borrow 50% of your the top three, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Solana, whatever other. I'm not sure what the third one is they have right now, but you can borrow 50% of whatever. Let's just say you have $5 million. You can borrow 2.5 million to buy a house, real estate. So you don't have, the uneducated will go out and sell their crypto. The smart people will borrow against it.
And you don't pay taxes on debt, so that's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that are like, well, there's so many people out there that are experts. It was so funny. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've never came out and called myself an expert or anything else, because every day there's something changing, and I stay in my lane. Well, I've had a couple of smart ass people come up to me and go, what do you think about this? And they'll ask me something that I have no fucking clue about, and they're like, see, you're not that smart. I said, I'll tell you what, let me show you my account, let me show you your account. Who's the dumbass here now? Hey, listen, I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the room, and I don't want to be in that room. So that's not the goal here. You just want to build your ego. There's a difference to that. Listen, humility will teach you a lot of things in life. Definitely. It'll teach you, number one, my grandpa always used to say, listen, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. If you sit there and talk the whole time, the person across you knows everything you know and everything he knows. Or because you're always talking. But now he knows everything because you're the one talking. So shut up most of the time and listen when there's somebody that does better. And 100%. The other piece of advice I'd tell people is only take advice from people that have what you want. If you don't make XYZ and somebody around you makes XYZ, take advice from them. But don't listen to your mama's best friend's cousin's sister.
I just made a comment the other day because I run into this all the time. So many people approach me about anything, concerts, this and that, and I call them Whopper Juniors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's so crazy to me when a little Whopper Junior is telling me about a game that I've conquered 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just put them in that category. I'm tired of hearing from these Whopper Juniors.
Yeah. I call them crickets.
Crickets.
They're always chirping. They're always chirping about something.
They're getting you off your fucking track.
Yeah.
It's just like
I don't pay attention to them. I've had chirpers my whole life, and I haven't really had that many haters in a while, which is great. Maybe it means I'm not doing enough, but I'm doing okay.
Might have been the donation to the church.
That's a big thing too. When you actually do good with your money too, and they see it, it shuts up a lot of people too.
Yeah, sure.
Like I always dreamt about giving away $1 million, but when you actually do it, then it's like, all right.
I've had that feeling is so superior.
Oh, I cried like a little baby. I made no mistake.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was, and that's just the beginning. I told them I would at least do another 25 million this year that I'm giving away for them.
Right.
So just to expand it and do the different things. So.
And this is through the Central Church?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're building stuff out left and right, but most importantly, we're building out these. Pastor Mike and I, we talk quite a bit. And his whole family, they're great people. The whole church is great. His sons are, and one of his other sons actually go into the prisons and works with convicted felons and sets up all this stuff. And they've got like 900,000 followers of people that they've
I've
touched.
actually spoken at one of their events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
They just do a lot of really good, and just everybody up there. And sometimes I'll catch myself saying a cuss word. They're like, "It's okay," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" And they're like, "It's okay. We're all human." I'm like, "I don't know. Lord help me. The no guy needs some praying for." But no, they're awesome. They're awesome. And I can't give them enough credit for what they've built out, and they have so many volunteers that go up there and just help and give back their time. But that's why it's important when people do really have those funds. I told a guy named Ricky. You guys know Ricky at Maceo, right there at Aria. He right when you walk into Aria, the clothing store right there, Maceo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who that guy is.
So Ricky used to style Madonna, all these, like he's a big time. He styles me for my red carpets everywhere I go and
his
stuff.
bodyguard guy.
Yeah, and so we were at an F1 party a couple years ago for something one something. I don't know if you guys know that party that they do for F1 called One. And I was sitting here watching people donate. This was a couple years ago, and I was like, man, I want to be one of the biggest donors ever in Las Vegas. Those are the kind of goals I go for.
That's powerful.
Like,
Those are-
because I'm giving away that $1 million, but this year I want to give away minimum, and this is to nonprofits, not to individual, but where it's track and trace, at least $50 million this year. And I have the money to do that, so it's just about strategic partnerships and things, stuff with veterans and different
UFC fighters. Yeah, I just so happen to be. I mean, I call that the $33,000 chokeout. That's Nate Diaz choking out Conor McGregor.
Oh wow!
I made one sport bet my whole life,
and that was it.
Well, it's because Conor came in the game. He was brand new.
Yeah.
145, and Nate was 170. Been in the game 10 years, and I go just that weight differential.
Yeah.
He's not. I hit up Nate. He had food poisoning. Took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. First time I've ever sport bet. Last time too.
Yeah.
But I put 10 grand on it. I had a girl chirping in my ear the whole time because first round, Nate was getting destroyed. But yeah, I mean, he came back and won, and I mean, it was crazy. But I just knew. I'm like, okay, that's the last time.
I've never bet on a sports game ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Never?
And Pete Rose is my neighbor.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pete. Poor
Yes.
guy rest
I
his soul.
actually saw that on your page.
Yeah. Pete
Yeah.
and I would go to lunch and dinner and just talk. We were neighbors for 5 years, and one day I took my jersey in. I think I wore it.
Signed by him.
Yeah, and I wore it, and he just looked at me. He goes, "Well," I'm like, "Well, what?" He goes, "You're gonna ask me?" He goes, "I'm not getting any younger here," and I'm like, "Okay." So he signed it. We did some pictures and videos, and Pete was that guy up. I talked to him up to about 2 months before he passed. And he would tell you in 1968 who was on third base, who threw
wow.
like his memory was insane.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't remember what I had for lunch last week.
Right.
Like or whatever, whatever.
Me neither.
Yeah, so it's been kind of crazy, but yeah, a lot of it. What's up, Rachel? What's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Just hanging, living life, enjoying it.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
Alcohol free.
Alcohol free, 10 months.
I kept trying to buy her a drink the other night at a mutual friend's dinner. I was like, hey, you want? She's like, and then you were was a vegan too?
And I'm vegan.
She sat next to me at the dinner.
And I don't eat meat or
No,
I
dairy.
don't like meat.
she does.
I know, sorry.
I'll do these.
Sorry.
I do a lot of these studio road trips to LA, so she's a good road tripper.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get there and she's like, I'm vegan, so I'm like, okay, I'll go along with this, but I'm just like, Jesus, I can't eat this shit, man. It's hard.
I put
And then I'm like, damn you for having that one crazy night at the Rhino. Now you don't drink and stuff.
That's what happened. I was at the Rhino for 12 hours
That was it?
by myself.
Rookie.
It was
Oh, by yourself.
by
Okay.
myself. It was after me going to the nightclub.
Oh.
So I went to the
Well,
nightclub.
that-
and I
that
went to the
happens a
strip
lot.
club after.
Yeah, she was disturbed by whatever happened in that 12 hours.
Uh-oh.
Dude,
What was her
I
name?
saw 3 shift changes.
You should have put it on a blockchain.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, dude. I need to own this.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should have put that on a blockchain.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would put anything on the blockchain now. I'm just like, dude, I want to start this business.
Blockchain's where the money is. I tell people all the time when they say, if you could start all over again, if you're flat broke, what would you do? And I tell people I would immerse myself into blockchain and learn it, because that will create more millionaires than any real estate has ever.
Just saying, like 5 to 10 years from now, yeah, that's probably going to be the biggest thing, is that everyone's going to be like,
Every
blockchain,
Mark
major-
Cuban even
blockchain
recently
that.
said something about
He said AI.
Okay, yeah.
It was AI, yeah. He said if you were 10 or 11, 12, I would be listening to podcast. I actually posted, I think, yesterday on my Instagram. But he said if I were a young person, 10 to 15, all I would do is read up on AI, because AI is
Honestly,
big too.
though.
But every major industry, no matter if it's memorabilia, music, I was sitting with Rampage's good buddy Henry, who's a producer, movie producer, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to be a couple executive producers on movies now. Too.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm breaking into Hollywood.
let's go.
So, but it's gonna be kind of cool to work with a lot of these guys. But one of the things that we're gonna do, we just we haven't officially announced it, so I can't say it. I'll say this offline. With Parlor, some of the really cool stuff that we're doing with them. But there's a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of. When's this go live? When's this video?
Well, we get it out usually within a couple weeks.
Oh, a couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
So I'll
not-
tell you,
not
it'll already be
live,
out then. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so you guys are hearing it first.
Yeah.
So
We like
I'm not a mean person. Like I'm a big NFT when it comes to like music. We have a lot of great NFTs with Snoop and the music, and we started doing that same thing with movies. Imagine buying this NFT right here. It's a picture of a movie, the premiere, right? And if you buy this, and let's call it 5,000 of them, and you sell them for $450 each, right? And so that'll get you to watch the premiere before it really happens. Then you have almost something similar, another NFT, and there's 2,000 of these, but it has all the same benefits. But now you get to actually get on a production call. You get to go meet people, and every NFT you have has different benefits. 11 does such a good job on their NFTs. I remember talking to Greg Norman's son, who's a big blockchain guy as well. These guys, I've met so many great, I'm not trying to name drop, I'm just saying a lot of the celebrities that you would think know nothing about it, these guys are immersed into it. But 11 with Gino and these guys, they have something called the Captain's Club. I'm not sure if you, a shout out to 11. There it is. There's that flyer. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Rashad,
Pull that over.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
the
bring it
flyer.
over.
Rashad hates this picture, by the way. Sorry, Rashad. Excuse me, Rampage, not Rashad. Rampage hates this picture, but he's a stud. Me and this young man have become really good buddies. He calls me his big bro now.
Who, Rampage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. With my little man my bromance. But what was I
Yeah,
saying?
I saw you were with them at
Yeah, we did dinner at Barry's Steakhouse. Big shout out to Barry's.
Yeah,
I love that place.
Yeah.
Chef Barry's doing one.
They're clients of mine too. Yep, they're
He's
clients.
been
They
one of
they
my
have
friends.
software notes too.
I love that place.
The guys at World Series Poker, they're software node clients of mine. I've got the guys at the Palms, they're clients of mine. So I've got a lot of casinos and a lot of guys that work in the casinos. I've got a lot of VIP hosts. I've got a lot of hell. I'll meet somebody on the elevator and they'll be coming down to
You
my
know,
building.
Richard?
Of course.
Richard Wilk.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we had him on.
Yep.
He's been my buddy for a long time out here.
Yep.
He's actually a good guy for being a host. With
Yeah.
Don Johnson hates hosts.
Yeah.
How do you think we could see the blockchain in like casinos?
Well, there's something I forget the name of it. It's Redline. We're imagine this. Imagine if you're a gambler, and right now, and you're a big crypto person. There's a lot of people that are poker people or gamblers in crypto. And they have a lot of money in that, but they hate pulling their money out of crypto, like you were talking about earlier, because of taxes. There's a service that one of my good friends just created probably about a year and a half ago, and they went and did a contract with Avery. Avery owns all of the all the ATMs and all the casinos in Vegas.
Shit.
So now they've done this. So I've got so many different projects. It's insane the amount of projects people come to me with, but this is a really good one. So now imagine if you have I don't know what people bet and gamble. $1 million.
Yeah,
you have
sure.
$1 million and you wanted to use that. They'll let you come in and put this in there, which is almost like a escrow account. So you can put it in there and it'll hold, and the casinos will accept it if they sign on to the platform with this. And now you can go in there and leverage that and gamble off that. And then you have up to 30 days to pay the casino back.
It's almost like a line of credit against your.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So then if you don't, it gets to go. But if you do, you get your crypto back, and it's never hitting exchanges. So it's a really cool.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one.
Ooh,
Like I said, I spoke to the CEO of Resorts World the other day, and he asked me the exact same question. I said, I just need to understand a little bit more about casino businesses. That's why I got into the boxing stuff with Rashad and Rampage. It wasn't just to make money.
Who pulled you into that, by the way?
So Antonio Tarver, you guys know who he is?
Oh, yeah.
So
Boxer.
Antonio Tarver's old manager, Gary, and I have been friends for 25 years. Remember, I used to work with all these celebrities and athletes, and he knew me back when I had my clubs and stuff in Tampa. About 6 months ago, 6 or 7 months ago, he calls me and says, hey, I got an opportunity for you. I'm like, oh, okay. And so he comes to Vegas, and we sit down at the Wynn, and he said, Rampage and Rashad, I can put these guys on a ticket. I was like, ooh, that would be really good. And he goes, I just need, some money, obviously, and put it up. Not that he didn't have money, but he needed additional money. And so he goes, I'd like for you to come on as a partner. And I was like, all right. And so that's kind of how it came to me. And we put up a chunk of money and made this thing happen. I'll be in Albuquerque next weekend with these guys.
Can
And
we get that flyer up there?
We're trying to.
it right now.
and we've got a lot of local fighters too, that are all going to be on there. There's one that have like the Vargas guys, the brothers. I love those guys.
Who's your friend?
Oh yeah, Thane.
Thane.
Thane's on our. He's
Yep.
on our
Yeah,
card.
that's
So Thane's going to be on there. You should have saw him at our media day a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, no, I watched.
Oh, you were there.
No,
Right, you guys,
no, I-
you
We
guys
came
were supposed to
after.
come.
We came
Yeah, we're
after.
supposed to.
Hey, blame this one.
Yeah.
That was you guys need to watch it.
I
It
did
was
watch the
hilarious.
Thane
I
thing.
told you about it when you guys got there.
Yeah.
That's right.
No,
I
for
wanted to bring you
sure.
guys to dinner, but the Rampage, it was.
No, it's all good. The
Yeah, yeah.
timing and everything.
Yeah.
But it was still cool that we got to meet
Hey,
Rampage.
Yeah.
the funny thing with Rampage, so Nick and Nate have been my best friends for probably about 15 years. And I don't know if you saw that video when Nick
Years
went out
ago.
and took Rampage's girl's hand and started walking with her in front of Dre's. It's the only time in my life
no,
I
I
thought I
haven't
was going to die.
Yeah.
But I actually was the guy filming it.
Okay.
And so Nick was saying that when he was coming into the fight game, he was like a nobody,
Yeah.
and Rampage was the somebody.
Oh yeah.
And Rampage took his girl. So Nick was destroyed drunk. Rampage was absolutely not drunk at all.
Yeah.
And Nick came up and takes the girl and was like, fuck him. Longevity, I'm the real champ. And Rampage is like, he takes his hat off like he was going to. And I'm like, oh shit, this is
Yeah.
going to be bad. And his manager like talked him off the cliff. And he's like, Nick, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he's like, you took my girl 15 years ago. And he's like, Nick, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like,
Right.
you're out of pocket. It was one of the craziest little standoffs, but thank God, Rampage is a
He's a
very
beast.
nice man,
He really
and
is.
understood there was a big size gap there.
Yeah. He is a beast. It's
he
going to
was
be an
funny.
exciting fight. I'm really stoked
No,
about that.
I think being in New Mexico like that, I think all those people, John
Yeah.
Jones and everybody out there, they're gonna come.
It's gonna. I think it's like 60 or 70% sold out right now.
Wow.
Yeah, we normally put it over. Glenn actually is our new producer, so he's just learning our program called VMix, which is
Oh yeah. No problem.
difficult program to run.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's gonna be a great fight,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to even see Rashad. I actually haven't seen him fight.
Yeah,
in quite a while.
I think he got out there yesterday or so. He's been training really hard. But so is
Yeah.
Rampage. Tiki is his manager. Rampage is his
Mm-hmm.
manager. Has been there for 20 years with Tiki. Rampage has been with Tiki for that long. I think he's got 50
Is he
plus.
still in Orange County?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. We talk probably every couple of days now. I love they become family, right? When you able to do this, and everywhere we go. And Barry, we were at Barry's the other night, and Barry's like, "Oh man, what are you doing in town?" He goes, "Yeah, I got a fight coming up." He goes, "A fight? Well, who's doing it?" He goes, "This guy," and pointed at me. "This guy's put up the money for it." And he's like, I've met Billy many times. I didn't know you were in this. I was thinking, I haven't been, but time, like people call me like, oh, okay. But I've been in sports a long time, so I had like a lot of experience on that side of things.
So is this a one and done thing, or are you going to continue?
No, I have a contract or a partnership put in place for that, but it's really up to me. But I didn't come in to promote fights, nor will I. That's not my side of the business. I told them I would come in and learn exactly what they're doing and take that to the blockchain. So I could, ideally what I'd like to see done is we don't ever want to compete with like the UFC. UFC is the beast, and they're awesome.
Absolutely.
Everything else.
Yes.
So, and I have nothing but respect for those guys. Matter of fact, Nikki V. I don't know if you guys know who Nikki VIP is. Nikki VIP was my club promoter at my club in Tampa called Rain Lounge. He moved out here 20 years ago. Now he's Dana White's personal host or whatever. So he traveled.
Wait, the one that works at Caesars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Nick.
Next time you see Nick's like, yeah, I heard you worked with Billy at his nightclub in Tampa. Yeah, he's like a really dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
We don't want to compete. It's a crossover. I don't kind of handle any of that part. I'm the guy in the background that they're hitting up about putting it all on the blockchain. And the reason they want to do that, or I kind of pitched that, was because we feel like the fighters, the more immersive we can make it, and the more that we can put it on the blockchain and we can NFT the fighters, then they can do a rev share, so a lot more money for them. So that's really the goal. It wasn't about competing with another, and plus it's a crossover, right? So it's
a big space.
Yeah, it's a huge space. So there's
enough money for everybody.
I mean, Dana and those guys, they put on like a class act. I mean, everything they do is like awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So
Top.
yeah,
A1.
exactly.
A1.
So
Absolutely.
there is no. There it is.
Hey.
It's a little
Little fuzzy.
muffled,
Hey,
a little
you
fuzzy,
know.
but that's okay.
The
Oh,
box.
that's an old one because it doesn't even have the dates or all the other fighters on there.
When it says boxing showdown, it's not just boxing, right?
Well, they're boxing. It's
MMA,
across.
right?
Yeah, it's boxing. They're boxing.
Oh, it's a boxing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought it was an MMA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that really changes the game.
Yeah. They're excited about it.
No, that's what I was.
Actually, that's gonna be that plays into like I would say Rashad's
A little bit of favor.
yeah, because he's very like
Well, but Rampage was a
no,
heavy.
no, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like Rampage got the heavy hands, but like
Yeah.
Rashad is so elusive.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's boxing.
And you know what's really crazy? If you're a boxing fan, you remember Johnny Tapia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Johnny Tapia's his two sons, they're both official pro fight debut, and that's why we're doing it there because such a big one. So his two sons, great kids by the way. They hit me up and we talk, and it's it's a really cool community I've never been a part of, but everybody so far I've met is just super nice. And
MMA fighters are a lot nicer than they appear on TV.
Yeah.
I say about Nick and Nate are like
Yeah.
two of the nicest guys I know, but their personas
yeah.
not nice.
Right,
but
right,
in
right.
person, they're very nice people.
The Tapia boys, they're gonna be something special. There's a lot of them. There's also my good buddy. A lot of these guys are now becoming friends and stuff. But my friend John and his daughter. I'm trying to find the. Maybe I deleted it on accident. I could have. His daughter is freaking a beast. Let me pull her up.
Oh, the
Yeah.
girl fights.
Yeah, I mean this
love her.
young lady right here. If you can.
So she's on the card.
Oh yeah, she's on it. She is a beast. That girl is strong and she's
Are you
quick.
females on the on this
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the
Yeah,
females.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's young. She's
Wait,
focused.
this is the girl that we met?
Yeah.
She's a podcaster too?
No.
I was gonna say
podcast.
the Puerto Rican.
No, so this is her dad.
Oh.
Let me put my old man glasses on. Let me see here.
I was gonna say
So
that's
this is
crazy.
Johnny, her dad.
Billy, is your phone case broken?
No, it's just dirty. It's just dirty. It's dirty.
Is there a node for that?
There should be. I don't know why they're not. I guess I'm not getting signal. This is her. Well, I'm not getting. I don't guess I have signal.
Are there like nodes that
yeah.
facilitate like consulting for like legal services or like
It's funny you say that. We're building out a legal blockchain as well. Imagine buying a software node.
see I
Yeah.
knew something was up.
Yeah, imagine buying a software node and we have a legal blockchain, and then anytime you need help with your legal work, it almost like a prepaid legal
Yeah,
way
it's
back
like a
in the day.
prepaid legal service.
But now it's on the blockchain, and now when you buy this software node, it creates all these digital rewards. Now you can use those rewards to pay for your legal services.
Oh wow.
Damn.
So kind of like was it Shapiro who kind of did like what was that called, legal?
Yeah,
legal
that legal
doom,
zone?
like
yeah, legal
yeah.
zone, yeah.
But
There-
blockchain
We've
stuff.
got blockchains for gold and precious metals, for medical, for banking. Kathy Roberts, who is the COO of Discover Card, took it to 60 billion. She'll be with me at the fight. Kathy's like family to me. So we have a lot of really, really cool people that I've met in this industry through my other partner that's mentored me and everything. But some of the biggest people in the world, they're all jumping. I mean, they're already here. You're
So
looking.
let's say I had like 10 grand drop in.
Yep.
Right. Give me the first 10 nodes that you would suggest somebody to buy?
I would get them all on Parlor because you can get buy 10, get 10 free. So you get 20. In the next 60 days, I would take whatever you made off that, and I'd roll it into one of these other ones, which is the Fortnite one. Boom, boom. Now you've diversified your portfolio into about 30 nodes off your initial 10. And then I would just walk you through the next steps. But yeah.
So by 10 nodes for Parlor gets you 20.
Yep.
And then
And
you that for
well,
60
that's only
days?
if you have a link, and you can't find that anywhere online. You'd have to go to me to get that link, and there's a discount code, so you'd have to come through me to get that. Yeah, but yes, go ahead.
So then you get that, you sit on that for 60 days, and
Yep.
then you diversify it.
Yep, and you go from there. And then I would show you some of the other ones. By then, we've already got 2 more that's getting ready to come out in the next 45 to 60 days as well. So there's always 2 or 3 more behind these, and you just continue. I started with 11. Now I own over close to 5,000 plus nodes.
Damn.
Yeah, every single day, no matter what, I get deposits.
Hey, do we get good seats if we come to the fight?
Yeah. If you tell you what, if you and Rachel want to come out to the seat, I'll get.
I said I think I need to come out to.
No,
Albuquerque for
if
some
you're
reason.
coming, I'll put you up in my personal suite.
Awesome, that would be great.
VIP, some drinks, except for
So I'll
yours.
do all
I'll
the
drink. I'll drink
I'll
yours.
smoke some
Hey,
weed.
can
Yeah.
we have all the meat and all the drinks in one section?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right.
I'll
Well,
take this side.
Yeah, if you want to come out, I'll set you up with VIP.
before we get out of here, Billy, we do a thing. It's just called it's just a quick 10.
All right, if you're gonna kiss me, do it now. Darn
We
it.
got some bad
So
choices
just
that
whatever.
we're making here.
Yeah, it's called
so-
bad choices. So
Uh-oh,
just
I've never watched this fully, so I don't know what this means.
Okay,
dun,
so just
dun.
first thing that comes off your head.
Uh-oh.
Are you a good person to call for relationship advice?
Yeah, I say all of them.
Great.
I'm single till the cows come home.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever created a fake social media account to spy on someone?
No. Yep, never. I don't listen.
That's too much work.
Yep.
It really
If
is.
you could, would you like to have a sugar mama?
I've been offered that before, and the answer is no. No, I make a lot of money, but even when I was in my toughest time, no, because all right, we were going to get raw about this. I was like, man, what if she's not good looking and she wants me to do some, sexual shit? And
And she is.
I mean, if she was hot, yeah, but,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Hot sugar mama,
Yeah,
down.
okay.
All right,
You're
get
like, but
it.
she's geriatric. No.
yeah.
All right, would you pose as a nude model for an art class?
I've been offered to do runway in a very skimpy shit back in New York, and with feathers and all that kind of shit. And no, it's just not my thing. Besides, I'm not built like you, so I couldn't do that.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Since we're in the technology,
Yep.
would you have sex with a robot?
With a robot.
I don't know this question.
The AI humanoids that are coming out.
Robot. There's a crazy movie. Now that you say that, there's a crazy movie I just saw on the airplane coming back from Dubai.
Was it the one with Clive Owen?
I don't know the actor's name, but what it was his wife was going through some medical issues or something. She was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And they bought this robot, and they end up having sex. And it was Machine Gun Kelly's wife,
Oh, my.
Megan Fox.
Megan
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. If that was the case with Megan Fox, you're damn right I would.
Okay, fair. That's Megan Fox.
It wasn't Ex Machina, was it?
I don't know the name of it.
Ex Machina. It just came out too, though.
Yeah, I was coming back from
Machina
Dubai.
was similar to that. No, Ex Machina was something.
Yeah, no, this
similar
one
to
just came out like I wanna
Okay,
say 9 months ago.
I didn't even realize at first it was Megan Fox because I don't follow Megan that well. I was like, damn, that girl's hot, and she was a robot. I was like, yeah, I would do that one. Yeah.
I guess the answer is yes.
Okay. Would you rather know when you're going to die than how you're going to die?
Oh, that's a great question. I've thought about that a lot, especially now that I'm getting older and I've partied a lot in my past. Like, that's why I try to do as much good as I can right now, because you just never know. And I have a daughter, and I have a 2-year-old, a two-year-old grandson, and another one on the way. And that's a tough one because I go back and
Hang on,
forth.
what was that again? The win?
Would you rather know when you're going to die than how you're going to die?
Oh, I didn't hear the second
Yeah.
part. I would rather know when than how.
The how
Yeah,
is-
because even if it said certain things, I'd be like, I'm still living my life the way I live it.
I mean, either way, you can't change it.
Yeah, you can't. That's why I don't focus on that. But out of the two, it would know when, not how, because how is irrelevant. Because I'm still going to do whatever I'm going to do.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
Has your friendliness ever been misinterpreted as flirting?
Oh, 100%. I'm a fucking flirt all day long. and sometimes I just do it just because that's my personality. And I've had some people get offended by it, and okay, fuck it. And then I've had some people that I'm like, oh shit, what kind of can of worms did I just open? So I've had it both ways there.
Definitely. All right. Would you accept $5,000 per year, but randomly once a year, a stranger will punch you in the face?
5,000 what?
$5,000.
Fuck no.
If
You know
it
how
was-
much I'm worth?
If it was 5,000 notes,
Yeah, 5,000.
Oh, okay.
5,000 notes.
So 5,000 nodes, I get to punch you in the face once a year.
Listen, I'm not Rampage, but I've heard Rampage tell somebody they were saying something to him not too long ago, a couple months ago, and they said something, and he and I were laughing about this. So he said something to them, and he said, "You do realize I knock motherfuckers out like you for a living?" And I was like, "Love this guy, love this guy."
Yes.
Oh, that was yeah. No, not $5,000. No, definitely not.
Okay, last one from me.
Yep.
Have you ever slept with someone just because you wanted to be a good wingman?
Oh.
Basically, have you
So that
taken
means-
one for the team?
that means-
Basically,
so
yeah.
I have, yeah.
Oh, see, Billy's a good guy. He's a good guy. He
I'm a
gives
great
back.
I do.
He gives back.
I remember
guys.
this one time at band camp. I was in the Air Force, and we left this club called Nichols right outside of Alamogordo, and I passed the F out. I was 22, something like that, and I wake up, and we lived in the barracks, and the barracks, double sided right there. And I woke up, and there's this big old. I don't do, and this girl's on top of me.
Tour time?
You're like, yo, I got a weight limit to ride this ride.
Yeah. Like there was a lot of handlebars, and they were just different handlebars for different things.
They were everywhere.
I was like so pissed. I
the
felt very
ecstasy, man.
violated.
Did you ever go to
It was the
Ramstein?
ecstasy.
No, I didn't even try it at that age. Huh?
Did you ever go to Ramstein?
No, I wanted to. I really
Oh,
wanted
Ramstein
to.
was great.
Yeah.
I already know the answer to this. So the
Uh-oh.
last one is just, have you ever taken magic mushrooms?
Once. Believe it or not, I'm not a big mushroom because I used to have chocolate mushrooms when I was partying a lot.
Yeah.
Make my stomach knot up. So I found myself just sitting in the shower one day just do. So I'm not a big mushroom. A lot of my friends are mushroom people.
Yeah,
I just
still
haven't.
love them. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, I haven't experimented that much, but my brother owns weed dispensaries out in Oklahoma, and he's like, "Oh, you need to try this strain." And I was like, "Bro, every time I've ever smoked weed, which is not that often, but when I do, I'm just like paralyzed. I don't know why. I don't know why people
too.
do that
It
shit.
makes me paranoid.
Yeah, I don't get paranoid. I just can't move. And I was like, what fun is this? I'm an upper kind of guy. Like I want to pow.
Yeah.
I tell people I don't do anything that promotes sleeping or eating.
Yeah, yeah,
Figure that one out.
yeah.
All right.
All right, those are good. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Billy, for coming by.
Absolutely.
We've reached our point. We could definitely do a podcast with you for
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, let's.
6 hours.
6
Yeah,
hours.
I tell you, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't even touch on like so much shit.
But
I
we
know.
will. We like to bring people back. We got Don
Yeah.
coming back for his second time, so I know with you being a local here,
Yeah.
we'll definitely have you back on.
Yeah, man. I appreciate
See
it.
where you're at and where everything's going.
We'll see after the fight. Who do you guys think? Before we leave, my turn. Who do you think's going to win the fight?
I got Evans.
You got Evans.
Now that it's boxing, I'm
You know you're going Evans.
I'm going Evans just because I feel like there's going to be a speed thing, but I think Rampage has him on the power for sure.
Oh yeah.
Evans boxing.
Dang, guys, I'm going for Rampage.
Yeah,
Rampage,
I
my
like,
boy.
You would,
that's what I
though.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Just
be a
because
good
everybody
fight,
else
though.
said it,
It's
you're
gonna
like,
be a
I'm gonna
good
be on the opposite.
No, I had
No,
that
she's
set.
been. I said Rampage on
On
film the other
yeah.
day but I thought it was MMA.
Yeah.
I thought it was MMA. So,
Here's what we'll do too: is if anybody's out there and they want to buy a software node, here's what we'll do. If they contact me and you're a listener, you watch this podcast, and you want to buy a software node, what I will do is I'll take the there's a referral fee that the company gives me. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in a little bucket, and then maybe we'll start. If it's enough that comes through there, we'll grab a couple nodes for the podcast, and that way you can
get in the game.
Yeah, so just if you're on there and you go to Instagram, Billy Wo, and if you're watching this podcast, whatever, I just put Greenroom as a code. Say, hey, I'm interested in learning more, and then what I'll do is I'll take that and I'll contribute to your podcast in that
Oh,
way.
thank you.
Awesome.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
dope.
Well, thank you so much. And
Because,
we look
I already do enough, so now.
Social media.
Oh yeah. Where can people find you at, Bill?
BillyWomack.com, or they can go to Instagram. Those are really the only two. I know the No Guy. I have this, but I haven't remapped it.
Are you active on your Instagram?
That's the only place I'm really active at.
Okay.
Instagram, yeah. So I have a ton of. I get about 400 messages a day between my text messages and my Instagram. So I'm very, very. It's exhausting. It really is.
Yeah, I bet.
It sounds great, but I meet a lot of great people. But I sometimes they get buried. You
Social
know.
battery.
Yeah,
Drained.
it gets really drained. But I get between realistically 300 and 500 messages a day. So if I don't get back to you right away, just give me a couple days and push the message back up to the top, and I'll get to it. But yeah.
How about you, Lil Rache?
Yeah.
You can find me on the interwebs at Lil Rache, LLRAYCH.
And at more dinners with me and Don.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah.
you already know.
How
You can
about you?
find me at Mr. Will Roundtree across all social media platforms.
And then I am just on Greenroom Radio. I did get my page stolen, and I'm too old to control 2 pages. So just Greenroom Radio, everything, and I am active on there. And yes, I do answer everybody back. And thank you, Billy, for coming. I know you're a busy guy. And I hope we can get in some trouble in Albuquerque. But not like John Jones trouble, but just trouble.
Yeah, we'll have fun there. There's the locals there are doing some really cool stuff. Matter of fact, if you want to come out a couple days before, we're doing a couple different events for the fighters. They're doing, I think, the city of Albuquerque. Very, very nice people. I love Albuquerque. It's beautiful. But we're actually doing like some sparring stuff during the day, 1 or 2 days before. I don't even have the agenda yet, but they're doing something like that. The city is, the mayor is going to be there. The governor is going to be there. It's going to be a really good show. So if you guys aren't, or if you can't make the show, make sure you go to Lights Out with Sean Merriam. You can go to his page, Lights Out TV. Buy the show. I think that's where we're hosting it.
Yeah, the pay-per-view?
Yep.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
And how much is the
45 bucks, I believe, is what we're doing. So it's not a lot. So tune in. And if you can't find it there, just DM me. I think it is. I know it's on there. But
I have it right here.
Okay.
It's on Lights Out.
yeah, Lights Out. So and Sean's awesome guy. So Sean's a local as well. So you guys should probably get Sean on here one day if you need help.
For sure.
Sean Merriam.
Was he a football player?
Yeah, he was NFL.
Chargers, I think.
Great guy.
He
Good.
finished with the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Super guy, and he's got a ton. He's guys like UFC and all this stuff. He knows all of those guys, and he can probably add a lot of value for you guys as well.
Sweet.
I always like to try to add a little value anywhere I go. So there's another little tip for the listeners. Always add value. Thank you guys again. I appreciate
Appreciate it.
all you guys.
Peace
Thanks,
out,
Billy.
Joe.
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate
Bam,
you.
bam. Peace.
Green Room Radio.